Hey, good afternoon and welcome. It's a Sunday evening in lovely, cool, cloudy, a little bit rainy England right now. How are we all doing? Are we all doing all right? Yeah? Good, I'm glad to hear it. So this afternoon I'm doing something which I haven't done in ages. I mean, an absolute age. It's got to be at least a year since I last did a foundation. I know, I haven't done a foundation or a new foundation in ages. So I this year I haven't really been buying any sort of foundation complexion products as such. The only products I've been sort of using are products that I've received in my sort of American beauty boxes, or just using up the stack of foundations I have sort of there, as you can see right there. I've just been using those up. But I would say from sort of late winter, early spring, I've wanted to sort of go away from my more full coverage foundations to sort of more lighter foundations, or sort of skin tints or whatever you want to call them. And basically because I'm working from home most of the time now, and I only sort of go into the office or go into town maybe once, even twice a week, but most of the time I'm at home or I'm local, so I don't need that full face of makeup anymore. So that's been my preference, just to wear something just to even out my complexion so I don't look so rough and rugged like I do right now. But the other day something caught my attention. It's something that's been appearing on my feed on YouTube a lot, and in the end I decided to look a little bit deeper, and the next thing you know I purchased it. And it was a foundation called Decypher. You may have seen it. I will put pictures on the screen so you will see what I'm talking about. Something just to even out my complexion so I don't look so rough and rugged like I do right now. But the other day something caught my attention. It's something that's been appearing on my feed on YouTube a lot, and in the end I decided to look a little bit deeper, and the next thing you know I purchased it. And it was a foundation called Decypher. You may have seen it. I will put pictures on the screen so you will see what I'm talking about. So basically they're saying it's a foundation they can adjust to just your colour. Just your colour. So it's if you go onto the website, it looks like that. That's what you see first of all. And then it gives you the opportunity to create your foundation, your shade. So I'm just going to go on to the next bit. So it says what do you want. So I'm looking at getting the foundation, and as you can see it's a 30ml bottle and it costs £34, which is about the price for a decent quality foundation. Right, so let's click on that. So you want to do your custom foundation. So the next questions they ask you is what kind of coverage do you want. So the choices are ultra sheer, medium or full. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to record my screen so I can put this on the screen and show it to you afterwards. So let's record this. Right, so I didn't choose full, I chose medium, so that's what I chose. So I chose medium. Then it asks you what sort of coverage you want. So I chose matte because I'm a very oily skinned person. I did consider it a natural finish and I thought, no, oily skin, don't try and kid yourself, Sandra. So I went for matte, so that was the next thing. Then it asks for what kind of skin type do you have. So the choices were oily, combi, balanced or dry. I chose balanced. And then it should pick your skin tone. It should go through all these questions about your skin. So I'm just going to see if I can do it now. So it asks you then if it can scan your skin. So it gives you 3 chances to scan your skin. So you literally press the scan, you hold the camera up, and it will pick your skin tone apparently. So it'll take a photograph. So let's just do it now. Allow access to my camera, yes, and then it will do it. So I'm going to film this all so you can see exactly what's going on here. Right, so let's do this. So it films. Yeah, if it's happy with the lighting and you're looking straight, it'll go with it, and then it'll do 2 more chances. So this is my Pokemon group sending messages here. So it's going to be 2 more chances. Yeah, and then it'll do 1 more. So once it's got 3 satisfactory things, then it'll do your thing. Okay, so it's done my 3 scans. and then it picks out a colour for you. So that's the colour it's picked for me. I don't know, the colours are all done by codes, so I'm going to add it to my basket, and I'm assuming it should have the same colour that I've received now. I admit, when I did this originally, it was later in the evening, so it was a little bit darker, but it shouldn't really be that much difference, should it? She says. So it will email you. It's supposed to email you. Wait a minute. It's supposed to email your colour to you. So I don't know if it's done that. Don't think it's done that, but anyway, it looks like it's the same color that it's come up with. That's what it looks like, and this is what has arrived. So the color looks like it should be okay. Yeah, so there you go. That's what the bottle looks like. It came quite quickly. Say I ordered it on a Friday night, it came sort of by Tuesday, Wednesday, so it was fairly quickly. It's a glass bottle, plasticky top. Yeah, the colour looks good. It says here, oh, it's got an expiry date on it. So it's going to finish by the 17th. It's going to expire by 17th of January 2024. So I've got to use it up by then. And it's made in the UK, and it has a colour. So my ID, so it's got my unique ID, which is like a code underneath there. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's got a unique ID for me. So if I want to repeat that colour, I can order it again. And then what they also say is if you get the product and it's not the right colour, you can adjust. So they send a follow-up email a few days later, basically saying you should have had time to try the foundation. If it's not right, they then give you opportunities to send it back, and then you can adjust it, and they adjust it for you free of charge, etc, etc. So I am going to put this on, and hopefully, I mean, I think it looks like it should be all right for me. I was looking for medium coverage rather than my normal full, but let me just, I have put a primer on, but I'm just going to put a little bit of powder on because my face is a little bit shiny. I just finished filming a DEGUSTABOX video with my niece Kayla, so my face is a bit shiny now. And I'd also put an SPF on as well, so it might have a little bit of a sort of a greyish tint. You might be picking it up on the camera, I'm not sure if you will. So I'm just going to use sort of the Too Faced Born This Way, just to give my face a little bit of a light, just a light dusting. And this is something you can do if you've got very oily skin. You can just put a light bit of powder on your face just to set your primer, and then you put your foundation on top, and it just kind of helps hold back the shine for maybe another hour. You know, it just gives you that extra time before you start breaking through with the oil, because you know once your oil starts to break through, that's it. That's it. It literally, everything falls apart. Right, so here we go. So that's the pump, and I'm just going to use sponge, and I'm going to try it. So I'm going to do one side sponge. Oops, that was like a squirt and a bit. That kind of does look alright. It looks like it's got a nice neutral undertone because I am spot on neutral. I'm going to bring you in closer, and I'm going to do half of my face with the sponge and then half with the brush just to see if there's any difference in coverage. Right, let's go. I think this colour's going to be alright, you know. Let's see. Maybe a little bit on the yellow. A little bit yellow, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. It might be just looking a bit yellow because I got the powder on first. Okay, so I would say that is medium coverage because it's not covering up all of the sort of the darker uneven skin tone I've got there. The colour I would say is alright. I'm just looking to see how it matches with my chest. I'd say it does match with my chest. Can you see that? I'd say that colour matches with my chest. So yeah, I'm just going to swatch a little bit on my chest there just so you can see, but I think that is a fairly good. Oh god, too much comes out. I'm just going to put some of this on the brush. the pump isn't that controllable, but let's just do this. So I'm putting it on my chest there. That's just rubbing straight in. You can't even see the colour. Yeah, that's rubbing straight in. Can't see the difference. So the colour is good. Okay, I'm going to do the other half of my face, and I'm just going to do it with the brush, see if I get a bit more of a fuller coverage. I mean, I'm not unhappy about that coverage. I mean, that's what I wanted. I wanted medium coverage. So that's fine. I'm just going to do this side with the brush. Yeah, this gives definitely a bit more coverage when you use the brush. But I knew that. And you know that as well, don't you? The colour's got a little bit, it's a little bit too yellow for me. That's what I'm feeling. But it's not far off. It's not as accurate as I would like, because to me it is a little bit too yellow in undertone. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I'm not unhappy about wearing it. It doesn't look unnatural on me, if that makes sense. So if I just bring it down my neck a little bit. But what do you think? So we'll leave that to dry a little bit, but I think that's all right. They've also offer concealers, but I didn't really want to get a concealer because I think the concealer was quite expensive. I don't know what it is. I don't like spending loads of money on concealer. I don't mind foundation, but I just don't want to spend it on the concealer. So the concealer is £21. Or do they call it concealer? They call it a coverage drop. So I'm not quite sure what you're supposed to do with that. I think their aim is that you can use it as a concealer, but it's also a product that you can dip into your moisturisers and stuff to give your moisturisers a colour. So if you want a more lighter coverage, you could do that. But you can also use it as a concealer. I think that's the idea behind it. But yeah, so now that it's starting to dry down, I think it looks all right. What do you all think? Yeah? I think that's all right. I'm just going to blend it all in now completely with the sponge. But I think it's drying down to the kind of coverage I like. So it's a natural, for me this is a natural finish. It's not as matte as it could be. But I don't want it full on matte. But it's not bad at the same time. So I actually don't think that's too bad. The colour is, it's alright. If I was going to give the colour sort of like shade matching for me, I think I'd give this an 8 out of 10. I just think it's a little bit, got a little bit too much yellow. Do you know what I mean? A little bit too much yellow, but it is not bad at all. It does match with my chest, so maybe that is my colour. But I think that is actually not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to just put some face powder on, and then I'm going to go on and I'm going to film one of my American Beauty boxes. So it's my July glam bag, so I'm going to film that next, and then we'll see how this all looks afterwards. Let me just finish this off. So the powder I'm using is the what do you call it, Complex Culture finishing powder in the shade Nutmeg. I've got this from Ipsy, so just going to finish off with that. That's actually brought me down to more of the colour that I like. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. The colour's kind of, the powder's kind of just brought it down a bit more. It's just kind of neutralised it a bit. But I am happy with that because now I can go ahead and do the rest of my face, which I will do when I do my glam bag. So there you go. So that's the Decypher. But what do you think? Good little idea? I mean, it's not bad as a match. They haven't done bad at all, I don't think. But yeah. I'll come back at the end. I mean, it's going to take me about an hour just to do the video, but I'll come back at the end and just show you how it's all looking in final finish. Alright, catch you in a bit. Right, okay, so I am just coming back to you now just to give you, that's the final look. So I have been wearing the foundation now for about 3 hours, so it's not long, and it has settled down on my face. Obviously I've put on a full face of makeup now, but you know what? I'm happy with it. I'm happy. The colour has settled down. I am happy with the colour. It looks good. It's given me the coverage I want, so that medium coverage. So it's not perfect. You can still see a little bit of my uneven skin tone underneath, but it's not so bad that, you know, you're looking at my skin sort of thinking, damn girl, you need more coverage. It looks all right. I think I am happy with this. I feel comfortable with it. I've got a little bit of face powder on, so the face powder I put on, you saw what I put on. It was the Complex Culture face powder. I put a little bit of bronzer on. I put a brow product on, which I got in my July Ipsy Glam bag. What else have I got on? Eyeshadow I've got on. It's nothing special. It is just a Wet n Wild one, which I got in a Look Fantastic a few months ago. What else have I got on? I've got a highlighter on, which I got, I think it was in a GLOSSYBOX maybe, or a Look Fantastic a few months ago as well. It was this highlighter. Pretty certain I got it in a UK box. Lipstick I've got on. This is a Smith and, oh, what do you call it? Is it Smith and Colt, like that? So it's just a lip gloss. Blush I have got on is a cream blush. It's a Fenty cream blush, which is this one, and it's in the shade, what is it, in Cool Berry. That's it really. And mascara is Yuma Beauty mascara. I'm finishing up all my mascaras now before I really start going into my new lot. So this is the Salute to the Sun Yuma Beauty mascara, which is really good, by the way. But yeah, I am happy. I think this foundation is good. So I'm going to say, yeah, I mean, okay, it's £34, but I think most decent quality foundations, this is the kind of price I expect to pay for them. 28 to sort of 32, prices have gone up, £34 now. This is the kind of price. This is decent. It's looking good. 3 hours in, I'm happy. So I know I will get a decent wear out of this. Yeah. But you guys, tell me what you think. Are you willing to try out a foundation where you have to take a picture, the phone, you're relying on your phone to scan your face in good lighting, and then they send you the foundation? I'm happy with this. I think the colour looks good. I'm very happy with it. Let me know what you think. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, press that subscribe button. Yeah, and I will see you soon. But yeah, what am I thinking? I like it. I like it. So I'm just going to look at myself quite a bit now, but yeah, I like it. Here you go. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye.